Okay, did we pack everything?
Everything is such an arbitrary term, you know that. Like Camping World, we don't have 90% of that stuff.
Do we at least have an air compressor that has a long enough cord that we can plug into the cigarette lighter of the truck just in case we discover a very slow yet unidentifiable leak that we're gonna spend likely months trying to locate and fix?
We have a bike pump. That's something.
We don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, it's probably not ideal, is it? What is up, you guys? It is Lauren and Sam. We are the trailer couple dedicated to that simple life, and it is another wonderful day to talk about 5 RV accessories that we have found very useful in our past 2 years of living in our Airstream. We actually learned from our mistakes and didn't have some of these things on some trips, and then later discovered how important they were.
So for this one, we're gonna try to get it done in 101 seconds. So all we are asking for is 101 seconds of your time, and we promise that your RV or trailer experience will be that much better from it. Maybe. This is evidence proof of our video manager and producer not taking his job seriously.
Come on, bucko. At least I had pants on today, you can see that.
RV accessory number 1 that you will absolutely need if you are planning on either living in a trailer full time or just traveling on the weekends is, drumroll please, a shower strainer. So after moving into the burrito, we very quickly realized that Sam's luscious golden locks were clogging our drain from the shower. So we got the shower strainer, has been a lifesaver. We have not had to unclog the drain as much as we used to have to. Plus, too, you don't want hair sitting down in your gray tank if it is running down the drain. So the shower strainer has come in extremely handy. Now, we do try to be really good about proactively cleaning the drain. Well, I at least try to do it at least once a month. And when we do clean it out, we use this handy dandy accessory right here. Now, don't let this fool you. This is not a snake used for plumbing. This is actually a cleaner for a camelback bladder and the straw that comes out from it. So
my wife, she's in some pain today. Actually, our whole family's falling apart. I got a scratch on my nose, and she hurt her neck.
it was a bar fight.
It's not true.
Both of them. I took a hit to the face like this.
So next up, we have an air compressor here. This just fills up our tires if we need to. We have a cigarette lighter adapter, which is super helpful. And then make sure you have a long enough extension here. So as you can see, this orange part here, this does extend quite a ways in case you have no access to get your car directly next to your RV. This is really important because sometimes you'll hypothetically have a very slow leak on one of your tires and you hypothetically can't locate it. So if you can fill these up, it saves you having to change out to your spare tire, especially if you're boondocking somewhere. You can just put some air in your tires and get back to a place where you can identify where that leak is coming from and get it fixed. I grew up on old school movies, and I didn't see anything that was actually from the 90s, 2000s because we were watching everything from the 50s and 60s. These are great movies. These are classics.
I grew up on The Lion King, The Little Mermaid, and 101 Dalmatians. Next up, and this is not a sponsored ad, people, is our Ruggable rug, which is featured here. As you can see, Fenton is enjoying the comfort of it. So what we really love about the Ruggable rug is that you can peel it off of the rubber backing here and then just toss this part into the laundry when you are doing your laundry, which is awesome when this rug gets a lot of love because it is the main rug and hallway in the trailer. So it gets walked on a lot, it gets dirty, so it's really great to be able to just pull it off the rubber pad, toss it in with the laundry, and then put it back on when we feel like we need to clean it. So we have this one, and then we also got another one because now I'm obsessed. Thank you, Ruggable, for making us happy.
I'm going to name 5 movies. My wife has not seen any of these movies, and we've discussed this multiple times. I personally think these are cult classics.
Cult classics?
Maybe not cult classics, just...
Wait, what's a cult classic?
Like Quentin Tarantino movies are all cult classics.
Oh, I've never heard that before.
Do you know who Quentin Tarantino is? Things are going well.
Another accessory that Sam and I have found to be very beneficial is this hitch cover.
Obviously, Lauren meant to say jack cover here, but we are humans, we make mistakes. It's just unfortunate that we waited until 10:39 on a Friday night for me to realize this mistake while I'm editing this video. Anyway, this is kind of fun. This is kind of similar to one of those reaction videos that people post on YouTube where they make a video and then they react to that video, or they react to a video they didn't make. Anyway.
Which we actually have only had for, I would say, maybe 6 to 8 months or so. This is a more recent purchase. The reason we found it so beneficial is just because with the hitch.
Again, hitch, jack, tomatoes. I really just am trying to avoid any potential negative comments that we make it on this video. So just overcompensating for that at this point. Anyway, we'll keep on watching here.
Being plastic, wear and tear from the sun and the elements, we just don't want this to break. And you can see there's even some oxidation up on here from us not using a hitch cover.
10:39 and a editing crisis now on our hands we are dealing with, and we're managing. We're doing okay
for a little bit, and then also just on, you know, the surrounding parts. So having a hitch cover just to help to provide some protection to the hitches.
Providing protection to the jack is the appropriate term for anybody who RVs. They know this. I am just as guilty here because I was the one filming this video, and I obviously didn't catch this earlier. So, but here we are. Moving on.
Crucial, because the last thing you want is to spend thousands of dollars fixing your hitch when you can spend about $8 getting a hitch cover.
Go team. Bridge over River Kwai, The Birds from Alfred Hitchcock, Ben-Hur, Driving Miss Daisy, and 12 Angry Men. Heck, you can throw in White Christmas if you want.
White Christmas?
Yeah, we'll do a bonus.
What's White Christmas?
It's a Christmas movie. So if these movies are classics, please let me know in the comments, because this will give more validity to my argument when we discuss this together.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Don't let me down, people. Useful accessory number 5, I guess you could call it 5/6, but it would be a dehumidifier, which you can see here, and then a space heater, which you can see here. Now, I will admit that I was somewhat resistant, and by somewhat I mean a lot of bit resistant, on getting these two things when we first moved into the trailer, mostly because of a lack of space. But after going about a year or so without either, we very quickly realized that they were definitely necessities.
So let's talk in a little bit more detail about our dehumidifier. We actually went an entire year without having one. We were mostly on the West Coast for that first year, and we didn't really feel like it was necessary. Sometimes we would have some very cold nights and we would have some condensation build up on the windows. When we moved to South Carolina, there was a substantial amount of humidity in the air. I think it's typically 80 to 90% in the summertime here. And just from a comfort level perspective, we really felt like we needed something like this. This is kind of overkill. It's a pretty big dehumidifier in general. But we actually emptied it twice a week, so we're glad we went with the bigger size. It does add some extra weight, and we typically try to travel pretty light, so that is one downside, but we are pretty happy with our purchase. So enough about the dehumidifier. Let's talk a little bit about this space heater right here. We were actually super reluctant to buy this space heater because of everyone talking about how there is a huge risk of fires and they are dangerous and all these things. That is true. Statistically speaking, a lot of fires happen because these things are used. Some of that is incorrect usage with, you know, pillows and blankets being placed too close, and these things are set on the floor and they are knocked over. This actually has a nice little trigger right here, so if it is knocked over, this does shut off. But you know, having it too close to pets and things like that, and then using it when you're not at home, you just have to be smart when you're using these things. Running the heat pump doesn't work below the temps of like 45 degrees, and also replacing the heat pump and constant usage on that heat pump, it's thousands of dollars if you ever have to replace it. This was literally $15. The furnace is a great option to heat your trailer, and it does a really good job of heating everything from the floor up. This doesn't obviously do as good of a job, so if you have very cold nights and you're worried about your pipes freezing, you have to make sure that you're running your furnace and not just this. But this is an outstanding supplement, and we find that this actually heats the whole trailer pretty well. As long as it's, you know, on 40-degree nights and things like this, as long as you have this thing running, I mean, you can keep the trailer pretty comfortable with this thing. Use it wisely. Don't be stupid. You know, don't put a blanket over top of this thing and use it unless you're trying to do a bonfire. Well, I think that was probably a little bit closer to 1,001 seconds than 101, but hopefully you guys will forgive us.
Yeah, so that is our list of 5 RV accessories that we have found extremely helpful living in the burrito full time. Now, if you all have any other accessories or tips or tricks that you have learned from either weekend getaways or living in your trailer full time, please let us know in the comments below. We have learned so much from you guys and continue to learn so much, and I've really enjoyed getting to know you. With that, I guess we'll wrap this one up. What do we say?
We say happy trails.
We do.
I jumped the gun though.
I know, you got excited.
I did.
You want to try again?
Yes.
Okay.
Happy
with
trails.
this, no, wait. And with that, we're gonna wrap this up.
So happy trails, guys.
Happy trails, you guys.